Hey, Internet. The Adam Glass here. I know it's been a while, and I have a lot of root beer here. Here's the thing. If you watched the last episode, I believe I actually mentioned that I was moving, given the complete lack of furniture anywhere in my house. So I did that move, and now I'm moving again, and I moved these 18 root beers the last time I moved, which was 9 months ago or so. And I don't want to move them again. So we're going to do a Gauntlet episode with just all the rest of the root beer. To facilitate that, I have my friend Jonathan Hape, who did the artwork for the show. So if you really like that picture of me with the lasso and the cowboy hat, that's him.
I did it.
He did it. And I'm so happy for him.
It's one of those things, Adam.
Yeah. Anyway, a couple weeks ago, I got hit by a car, so I can't use my left arm. So the other reason Jonathan's here is so he can open all of the root beer. Hey, let's play the theme song.
I'm gonna party like I did when I was 8. Drink too much root beer, stay up late. The Adam Glass's root beer round the day. Yeah, the Adam Glass root beer round
All right. Well, this is going to work a little different than normal because obviously I only have the 3 tasting glasses, so we're not even going to use the tasting glasses. So we're, we'll go back and forth trying and, say kind of what it tastes like, whether or not you like it. Talk about maybe what it smells like a little too, if you want. Just describe it for our viewer.
I'll do my best.
You do your best? Mm-hmm. Well, pick one and throw it
All
open.
right.
Oh, and name the one you pick.
Okay. We are going to pick Lost Trails root beer.
Oh, there you go.
Root beer. Who knew? I already like it because it has a cap that says Yahoo, and I'm probably going to keep it forever.
Excellent.
So
Yahoo.
it's pretty great. You should see that.
Yeah.
I'll let you do the
All right. I'll
taste.
taste the first one. Oh, it doesn't just say Yahoo. There's a cowboy on it. I'm not sure
The cowboy is saying Yahoo.
Yeah, the cowboy is saying Yahoo.
The cowboy of the Lost Trail.
All right. Well, it smells like it's been sitting in my fridge for about a year.
Oh, good. Great.
No, it smells... It's a little dust on the corner. Obviously, there's no dust inside the bottle. They're sealed. But
I think it's dust from the Lost Trail.
It is. Maybe that's what it is. It's meant to evoke that desert ride.
Oh, get that out of your saddlebag or whatever.
Yeah. It's a real. It says it's microbrewed for authentic flavor. It's creamy. It's vanilla-y. It's a pretty classic sort of like on draft root beer.
Cool.
Yeah, that's not too bad at all. Now the other half of doing 18 root beers at once is that I only have the means to keep about 3 or 4 of these fresh moving forward. So we're going to have to drink all of this root beer.
Great.
But for now, a nice vanilla-y root beer to start us off.
Adam, you pick the next one for me.
All right. Let's go with... This is tough. How about this one called Hippo Size?
Okay.
Jumbo root beer.
It doesn't say Yahoo on the top, but it does say hippo size and have a hippo. So I'm looking at this.
Now we've done, for the show, I've done Hippo Size's birch beer before. It's a creamy red birch beer,
I
if
had
I
actually
remember.
seen this before.
Yeah, it's a green label.
I'm bad at this, but immediately to me this is wintergreen. Confirm before we go any further.
It smells... Yeah, there's a little wintergreen in there. Almost a syrupiness to it, too.
So this being my first one of the show, to me it tastes like root beer, which is really great.
Excellent. Glad to hear it.
I immediately am not offended, but delighted by it.
Okay.
But let's see what doing more would do, because it almost tastes as if it would be maybe too heavy, because it doesn't have enough of that bite to overcome it. The reason why I love Coca-Cola and many really brash colas is because even though they're very sweet, they hit you very hard with the acidity and the carbonation, and this obviously might be a little old, but it hasn't really done that part yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's incredibly smooth. It is nearly flat.
That's unfortunate.
But it doesn't taste like it's been sitting out flat,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
There's a good chance all of these are just bad, which is another reason to just blow through them.
I actually really enjoy this. I think
Yeah.
this is really good. Again, very sweet. Has more like spiciness to it, but
Interesting.
doesn't really hit.
Yeah, that
in
first
those
one
other
there
ways.
was really no spice to whatsoever. I'm interested. I might have to try a sip of that actually.
Try that, and I'll try this one to get that vanilla E that you're talking about.
Yeah, that's interesting. Almost a tutti frutti in there too.
Crazy. No, and that one definitely has more hit than this one does.
Yeah, a little more bite.
So where would you put that in our
Man, well, there's no
Arena.
anise in this. That's for sure.
No.
So let's put it kind of right there between our vanilla and our wintergreen areas.
And then anise is over
And
here.
anise will be over there.
Great.
All right.
All right. I will pick the next one for
Okay.
you then.
All right.
All right. I'm gonna go with this Ramblin' root beer.
Ramblin'.
Doesn't really say anything else.
Just
made
ramblin'
with-
root beer.
Made with natural flavors and real sugar. So, but it is twist off, so I'm gonna do it.
Oh, do it.
Twist off,
Yeah.
and then there you
It's
go.
another thing I can't do right now.
I'm sure. I told you needed a third arm installed.
I'll try. This one has no smell to it whatsoever. I want to try to smell. There's nothing. There really is nothing. That's accurate, right? That is so weird.
See if it continues that trend.
All right. This one's the first one I'm going to say I think has definitely not aged well in the fridge.
Okay, yeah.
It tastes like bite and water.
Oh, bite water.
Bite water. Just carbonated water, but not even as acidic as carbonated water.
What? Okay, it has its own flavor pattern
Yeah.
of its own.
Yeah.
That almost has what in the world? Like taffy?
A little bit. Yeah.
Like a taffy aftertaste?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's very bizarre.
Yeah, I don't even know. Like, I started this scale hoping that maybe it would work, but this one
Does it just go back in the crate?
this one just goes back in the crate. It's true. Let's try not to pick that one again.
Okay.
All right, let's go with Chowning's root beer. It's got a fat man on it. Chowning's Tavern root beer evolved from a colonial beer made by boiling the roots of sassafras, dandelion, or licorice.
Or
They're not actually describing their recipe. They're just describing root beer.
maybe it's whatever they have laying around.
I once worked for a restaurant that told me to make pesto with whatever aromatic herbs we had in house.
Okay.
So normally you would make pesto with basil. Am I thinking right? Basil. But one time they had me make it with mint. It's a weird pesto.
So this one's interesting. Not only is he uncorking it using a corkscrew, which I couldn't do.
It's okay.
But nothing on the cap.
Nothing.
The smell I would throw in. Ooh, yeah, that's really good. I would throw that more in the wintergreen area.
Okay.
Definitely. Okay, I'm getting it.
Yeah.
I enjoy it. I like this one because it does not taste like any of the ones that we've had so far.
Good.
So,
all right.
try
Chowning's.
that one.
Ooh.
I think it's very good. It's nearly
This is a really good balance between the anise, the wintergreen, and a little vanilla.
yeah. So that's
Yeah, so many-
really great one.
So many that we've tried something like Virgil's, where it's got a lot of different flavors mixed together, but they're still balanced anise heavy. This is balanced, real mid. I really like this.
It's very good. It
A little more.
yeah, oh for sure. And like this is everything I like about birch beer, while still
Yeah.
not being birch
Yeah.
beer whatsoever.
Yeah. It tastes something like a milder version of Boylan's Birch Beer. Boylan's Birch Beer still has a lot of other herbs going on than just the wintergreen, and this is sort of a milder.
This is excellent. Where would you place it?
Well, first off, I'm going to set that a little ahead of everybody else because I think that might be
That's there.
the one for now. But yeah,
Cool.
still a little. It's so well balanced. It's really in the sun. These are I put this on a scale, but it really should be a Venn diagram. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
I
pick.
choose for you the Ramblin'.
How dare you? How dare you?
I'm going to do the Frost Top for you.
Frost Top.
I
There you
didn't
go.
see that it was Frost Top. I just saw that it
Yeah.
had a very friendly red beaming label.
So Frost Top's it's local.
Yes,
It's
and a
Columbus.
really great cover of a frosty root beer.
Yeah.
They went more with their older style with this.
There's a lot of places in Columbus where you can get Frost Top on draft.
Yes.
Like Studio 35, a great movie theater in Clintonville. Down at Yellow Brick Pizza, they've got it on draft as well.
Yes.
Do they have? No.
They have a
at Yellow
Beta.
Brick, they have a Beta on draft, which is also one of
No,
my
Frost
favorite
Top I
beers.
feel I first got acquainted with in Mount Vernon because everything, even at the gas stations and stuff, was Frost Top. And I feel like some of the diners had Frost Top as well.
Yeah. Well, it used to be a drive-in, like a
Gotcha.
A&W stand.
That makes sense.
Not a lot of smell to it.
Dead center.
It's definitely better on draft.
Yeah.
Than is the other thing. This I feel like the white bottles are going to have been affected by sitting in a fridge for a year a little bit
Like
better.
a clear
worse than
bottle.
that. Yeah. Did I say white?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's clear. It's not white. As opposed to the brown. Apparently white's the opposite of brown tonight. Man, I wish we were editing this.
Yes. That'd be great.
Oops. My brain's broken. I'm sorry. Like my elbow in 12 pieces.
Happens.
Yeah, I put that sort of between the anise and the vanilla. A little more vanilla-y. Your classic 50s drive-in root beer.
Yeah, it almost has like a pop taste to it. Like
Yeah.
it almost has like the same taste like a cherry soda or a grape soda like has to it, but root beer.
Yeah.
Root beer flavored
Yeah,
that.
almost
thing.
like a
yeah.
root beer flavored soda. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean it's good. It's not. I don't even think close to kind of the ones that we have out there.
yeah.
Not saying
Maybe
not good,
back
but
there a little bit, but
well, you said between these two, right?
yeah.
Okay. So obviously it's. I'll put it in there. It'll run with those. It's just this one has me all.
Yeah, that chowing so far. All right.
Root beer.
Root beer. So much root beer.
Jesus.
Let's go with this one close to me. This is Judge for Yourself root beer. I bought this. It's put out by Real Soda, which is a company that it's kind of an online retailer, but also resurrect old brands.
Interesting.
But Judge for Yourself is definitely not that. Here's the thing. On a previous episode, one of the first ones, I believe, I did Judge Wapner root beer. And Judge
Okay.
Wapner root beer, whose slogan is, I sentence you to drink this root beer. This one says, so good it should be banned, and judgment day cometh to those who have lost their fizz.
Oh my god.
This is a little more foreboding. But
I now pronounce you a person, and a root beer should be one of them. Like,
now Judge Wapner is made by Rocket Fizz though, and it's actually
Okay.
it's made by Rocket Fizz, and it's called Judge Wapner because one of the founders of Rocket Fizz is Wapner's nephew, and he made this root beer for Wapner's birthday one year.
interesting.
So I don't know if this is like their answer to that recipe or trying to play off the brand recognition even though there shouldn't be any.
So they're not connected.
They're not connected.
Okay.
Just weird that it's got...
There can be more than one judge.
Well, it's also...
Let me be the judge.
It's
of
also
this.
like maybe Real Soda was saying, oh, you got that big name Wapner. Everybody knows Judge Wapner. Well, this one you can judge for
You
yourself.
can judge for yourself. There's no judgment.
We're
I'm
not-
trying to actually not destroy the bottle caps as
Yeah.
much. 'cause
We're
I
not
like bottle caps.
we're not intent on our celebrity endorsement for this one.
Whoa.
Yeah. Now, if it tastes anything like Wapner, Judge Wapner root beer is actually one of my favorite root beers, period.
This smells to me like vanilla ice cream being made. Like,
I get that. There's a little saltiness to it. Yeah.
yeah.
No, that's a really good description.
It's very strange.
Give it a shot.
Yeah. What? This is eye-opening, obviously. Yeah. I mean, I was at the party years ago.
Yeah. This kicked off with my 30th birthday party over 4 years ago, where I just had tons and tons of root beer, and there was so much extra that we started the show.
Weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very strange.
All right. What else do we have information-wise? Carbonated water, cane sugar, caramel color, citric acid, natural and artificial flavors.
Yep, there's
sodium benzoate.
Oh, the sodium benzoate base. Yeah.
This is another one where I think maybe it has sat too long.
Yeah.
There's almost a metallic on the back end.
See, I'm tasting like a confection, like sort of like it's really overly sweet.
Yeah, and maybe that's it. Maybe my tongue's just rejecting all the sugar already.
I'm sure it's very sweet, almost like a caramelized, like sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, it is very sweet.
Super sweet.
Also makes me think we should get a little cup.
And that's how we magically got water.
That was a great cut. All right, now that we've had a little water, let's try tasting this one again. Yeah, I think you're right. There's too much sugar in this, but I think I'm also right in that sugar started to.
Yep.
Yeah, we'll put that. We'll add that to the back of the crate.
Back of the crate.
Back of the crate will be for ones I think are bad. Not necessarily bad in quality, but bad in that they've turned.
That one makes me want to try one of their actual ones and see if it's like it.
Yeah, we'll have to. Back of the row is also going to be ones that I'm going to have to reorder for a future episode.
This is apparently more of like a stamina or endurance, both because we're drinking all of these, but also because they have to withstand the test of time before.
Yes, some of them might be poisoned.
Yeah. Cool.
My turn to pick, or no? Your turn to pick.
I picked the Frost Top. You picked Judge.
I picked the Judge.
Okay, I'm also gonna go with the one closest to me. Go with the Three Stooges Wise Guy Root Beer from Rocket Fizz.
Yeah, this is a Rocket Fizz product. All right. Wise Guy Root Beer. It's got Mo, Curly, and Larry. Not Shem or Curly Joe or Joe, but actual Curly. Or Zeppo. This has an almost cola smell to it.
Okay. They're all bad from here on out.
And a rather cola taste to it. Actually.
Interesting.
Like a natural cola. Like a heavy cola root cola.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely. This just tastes like a cola.
Yeah, this tastes almost like it was mislabeled.
But more like, again, like a Boylan's or a Sugar Cane Cola.
Yeah. Yeah. So this again doesn't really fit the spectrum. I was going to have a fourth area for ones that just taste like cough syrup or medicine in general. This doesn't really qualify for that either. This one really just tastes like a cola.
Yeah. So I would keep it in the vanilla section.
Yeah, we'll put it vanilla, but slide it behind those ones.
Perfect.
So you can't even see it.
Yeah, this is turning into something.
All right, let's blindly grab something else. How about Kurtztown? What's Kurtztown? Kurtztown's root beer. Now, I've done Kurtztown's birch beer in the past. Kurtztown, Pennsylvania, just east of. Actually, I think it's close to Lancaster.
I kept thinking that you were saying Kurtztown.
Oh, I was saying Kurtztown. Is it Kutz?
Kutztown.
There's no R.
Kutz.
Oh, I keep putting an R in it because I'm dumb.
I think we're back into the territory of an actual root beer.
It's good. It's been a while.
Okay, so have all the ones we've tried that have been all messed up, they haven't all been clear bottles.
No, they haven't. In fact, the two we've thought are maybe bad have both been brown bottles.
So it's not a light thing.
No. Again, they've been in a refrigerator. It's a normally used refrigerator, so...
This, I would say, is like the Frost Top.
Okay. Smells a little more vanilla-y, I think, than the Frost Top, but yeah, it tastes about the same. And it's, we're getting a little bit of bubble, but it tastes kind of flat.
Mm-hmm. Again, which ones withstand the test of time?
Right. I don't know. We're getting enough fizz there. I'm not so sure that it's not meant to be like that. But
and that's how I felt about the Hippo one. It tastes like a thick beer, like that doesn't necessarily have tons of froth, but or bite.
Yeah, it's just kind of... I really like their birch beer. I'm kind of sad that I don't like their root beer.
No, and it's not a bad...
It's not bad. It's just...
It's more like the Frost Top, the kind of middle of the road. Not A&W, but,
Yeah, not nearly as creamy as something like A&W.
Actual kind of classic root beer. I liked the Dog and Suds,
Yeah.
And Dog and Suds is more in that territory.
Yeah. Is that your pick? It will be your
pick. That.
Yes.
Yep. So I'm going to give you the AJ Stephens Pure Cane Sugar Root Beer. New England's best tonic. Doesn't prove to be anything else. Twist off.
There you go.
No label otherwise. So they could print twist off, but nothing else.
There you go. Oh, it does say... It actually says twist off on there.
Yes, it does.
Excellent.
Only way I knew.
So AJ Stevens... if I remember correctly, I feel like this is the same... I could be wrong, but I feel like it might be the same company that made that, the spruce beer.
Yes.
That was...
I mean, I don't know if it's them, but I remember the spruce beer.
Yeah.
Don't you have it in your notes?
I might have it in my notes. Let's look through my notes real quick.
Are those from all the shows?
No, these are just every root beer that was still in the box. I got rid of them as I was doing the shows. AJ Stevens, Boston, Mass. AJ Stevens Beverage Inc. They also make a black cherry, birch, butterscotch root beer, and a ginger beer. But their website, ajstevens.com, was lapsed as of a year ago. So, doubt it's come back.
We'll see if their root beer has lapsed as well.
It is not the same company.
Because you would have written that down.
Yes. I would have certainly written it in very large letters that I hate it, and it's bad. Speaking of butterscotch, this actually has a little butterscotch smell to it. I don't know if that's psychosomatic now or what.
We shall see.
Yeah. The sugars are not burnt, but a little dark. Some good vanilla in there, and a little wintergreen on the back end. That vanilla and the wintergreen sort of meld into like a classic bubblegum flavor, and I get that from that one too. I got that from the Frost Top.
This is bolder than a lot of them that we've had.
Yeah.
Aside from maybe the
Chownings.
Obviously not going like that one's full blast on everything. Yeah. This one, is more in this middle section in taste, but I would say quality much higher. I really enjoy how this one tastes. Yeah. Again, maybe it's just been able to taste better longer, but everything on it seems to be operating
and it's
properly.
It's holding a head inside the bottle. Mm-hmm. So
no, this one's very delicious, very drinkable.
You still think the Chowning's a little bit better?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I think you're right.
I
think you're accurate too.
Oh, okay.
So we'll move the Chownings a little forward, and we'll set those side by side, huh?
Can we put it in the order? Yeah.
Okay. Fine.
Right there.
Okay, the other way.
Because it's kind of here
and there
in this zone.
Okay. Yeah. I was a little too far right. I get you. All right.
Well, I guess this one, though, you said kind of forms a U barrier around the whole thing. So
Basically. All right.
I picked that one for you.
You did, so I get to pick one now. This one I can't see the label of. It's facing away from me. Oh, Sea Dog's root beer.
I like the dog beers.
It's got a dog with a little hat on.
It does.
I love dogs with hats.
Old style.
It is old
And
style
no
root beer.
label. We got the same kind of generic gold. So maybe twist off.
It is twist off. It looked like it was twist off. Is it not?
I don't believe it.
It's just too much.
Ooh,
too much
immediately
pressure.
promising.
Yeah.
Smells clean.
I hope that means something good. I get what you're saying. Mm-hmm. Actually, an interesting note to that.
It tastes warmer than the rest. Whoa, and very, very flavorful. Definitely in one direction. You'll have to tell me what it is.
Okay.
I feel like this would be down here.
Yeah.
In this realm.
More like the Anish licorice.
I think so,
Okay.
but it's so sweet as well.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it's
It
not.
would have to be.
Yeah. Well, it's still a soda. It's
This
not
is
like
very good.
It's not like ouzo. It's not just straight licorice. It's not. Anyway, what I was saying when you say it smells clean.
100% it would be down here.
When I lived in Indiana, the school I went to for middle school used a cleaner that smelled like wintergreen.
Yes,
It
absolutely.
was just birch beer all day, every day.
That's 100% what I mean, and that's the taste I get. So maybe it is more the wintergreen, not the anise that I'm tasting.
Maybe.
As it's left me, that is more what I'm suspecting. We have a cleaner that smells just like root beer, and it took us all day to realize that it smelled like root beer.
No, this is anise, and the anise kind of hits at the back of the tongue.
Let it sit for a second, and it brings up all of that, like I just chewed gum.
Yeah.
It's very cool. I
You're
like
right.
that a lot.
You're right. Yeah, that's interesting. But it's anise forward, but then it has all the rest of it on the back end.
Yeah, it's like it stings like a...
Yeah. And this one's definitely still good too. It's still got plenty of head.
Yeah, like I said, it tasted warm, and I don't even know what I mean by that. But it doesn't anymore.
I think it almost maybe tastes a little more viscous than the other ones we've had. A little thicker.
That makes sense.
But this is the most anise out of anything we've tried so far. But like you said, it does have those other flavors really strong on the back end.
But it should still have all of them to be a
Yeah.
root beer, so
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Pretty balanced.
My turn.
Your turn. Your pick.
All right, Frosty. You got both Frosts. Vanilla root beer.
Frosty vanilla root beer. So hopefully this one tastes like vanilla. Also looks like a twist top, is it?
My hands must not be strong or something. I like the top. Definitely has the sparkling orangish gold.
Nice.
I like
All
the
right.
little guy.
Little guy.
He's a little guy.
Like a little Jack Frost or
Father Frost man.
Father Frost man sort of thing. Vanilla root beer suggestion from our maker is that it should taste like a root beer float.
Suggestion by the picture.
By the picture. Yeah, not by any sort of description on the bottle.
Goes best. Tasting like a root beer float.
Out of Detroit, Frosty is. So it tastes like those, or it smells like those vanilla wafer cookies.
Oh,
like
awesome.
those really
The
cheap,
thin- yeah.
you get this chocolate vanilla
Oh,
strawberry.
I know exactly
set.
what you're talking about. Like the thin wafers, multi-layered.
Yeah, yeah.
With the diamonds shape.
Poor people cookies, as I. No, I don't like to call them that. They just are.
Yeah.
But they're also delicious,
They're also
and
the
they're
best.
I had them all the time as a kid.
They're the center of a Nutty Buddy, basically.
Yeah,
You
kind
know,
of, except
that-
not
those are
peanut butter, but that same
Yeah.
wafer.
Love them.
Yeah, almost to the point. You know how the strawberry ones always were like really sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's almost what this smells like.
That's
just
crazy.
the sweetness of it. You want to smell
Yes.
it before I taste?
Whoa, yeah,
Right?
100%.
Yeah.
But it still has that kind of classic pop smell
Yeah.
to it as well. Because it is one.
So all of that is true in the flavor.
Yeah.
Definitely vanilla in there. How you describe Sea Dog on your first sip is tasting warm. This one did for me.
That's so bizarre.
I don't know if it's just how we're handling the bottles, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But you get down to the body of it, it's cold again.
Yeah.
So. But yeah, that taste, it really, that fake strawberryness is almost still there too.
Yeah.
So it really does taste like a strawberry wafer cookie.
Well, and very much just like a cream soda. I mean, I had a lot of Stewart's cream soda, IBC cream soda.
It's creamy, it's vanilla-y, but it's got that extra sweetness kick.
Yeah.
That makes it taste like, there's a lot of sugar in that.
And like you said, almost like that strawberry not Nilla wafer, the wafer cookies.
Yeah, and actually kind of surprisingly, this is a pure cane sugar product. Usually you get something that sweet, it's corn syrup.
Yeah. Well, I wonder how much of the sweetness is just the vanilla flavoring, but...
Maybe. Is it, let's see. There is no listing for natural vanilla, so, yeah. Your natural and artificial flavors. Maybe they just liquefied an entire pack of the wafer cookies. That seems like a Detroit thing to do.
I just think that's what that guy eats, the little man on there.
That is like solidly vanilla.
It says so on the label.
And it does say so on the label. So yeah. Let's grab this one.
What is it?
This actually, I'm almost certain, Squamscott. Maybe Squamscott. Let me see my notes real quick.
This is a birch beer. I'm very excited about this.
No, I know Squamscott because I had their root beer back in episode 24. This is out of New Hampshire. Connor Bottling Works is the name of the company that made it. They've been around since 1863.
Says so. Squamscott. Old-fashioned beverages, family-owned, birch beer, pure cane sugar, caffeine-free, experience the past, ... one sip at a time. Trademark.
Well, I'm glad they got the trademark.
Absolutely necessary. I'm very excited about this, although there's a lot of artificial flavoring, including red 40, yellow 5, yellow 6, blue 1.
Oh, that is unfortunate to have it colored.
I think that's just because of the... Maybe that's just what's on there.
It's just the labels.
I really
put
love
food
the
coloring
packaging
on that.
this, though.
Yeah.
This one is a twist.
Oh, it's
Ooh.
Connor Bottling Works is the CBW that is on that cap. Is that a birch beer? Oh man,
Yeah,
that's a birch beer.
I forgot. I already forgot it was a birch beer. We've gotten into the weird ones.
So a real traditional birch beer is going to be pure wintergreen, pure birch. As I've explained probably to you before, but certainly on another episode, birch and wintergreen are actually the same chemical makeup.
I think that
Birch oil. American white birch oil. One time I tried
Thank you, Adam.
Well, I was thinking about making my own birch beer one time.
Yeah.
And I was trying to source birch to do it. And all the local places where I could find birch extract or birch bark that I could boil off an extract, it was a European birch that just tasted like wood.
I mean, this has all the makings of a birch beer, but I was expecting something way more flavorful. I would say that when I first had birch beer, if this is what I had, I would have liked it even more than I did.
Interesting.
Because it's less extreme.
Yeah.
But because we've been drinking root beer, I wanted something a little more crispy and on that end. So...
Yeah, this is by no means an extreme on the wintergreen.
It seems old-fashioned. It seems simple. It does what it's supposed to do. It's its own take on it. Yeah. I enjoy those things.
Have you ever had Boylan's from a fountain?
Yes.
Boylan's birch beer from a fountain.
No.
Well, there's a couple places in Columbus that have Boylan's on a fountain, and they have a variety of Boylan's products. But it's a classic fountain, each head is its own thing. And the first time I went somewhere with both of those, I thought they had switched the root beer and the birch beer by mistake. Someone not paying attention and not even realizing there was a difference. But as it turns out, Boylan's birch beer just kind of tastes like this.
Whereas their root beer is really
And
wintergreen.
their root beer is just a little to the left of this. Like it's a little more vanilla-y, but they're both very herbal. Mm-hmm. And this too, very herbal, but not.
Their cola is extremely herbal as well.
Yeah, so it's not. Maybe it's just a machinery thing, but this
I think it's like Rheingeist. They have a flavor and they like that flavor. You know?
Yeah.
You want a different version
And
of that flavor?
everything is a different version of that flavor.
Or Sam Adams. Every Sam Adams.
The thing is that Squamscott's birch beer could fit very well into that flavor profile with the other Boylan stuff. So,
well, that's cool. I mean, it seems unique. It seems interesting.
Yeah, and it's not like it tastes exactly like Boylan's. And in fact, Boylan's in a bottle tastes very different to Boylan's on draft.
That makes sense.
So, this tastes like draft Boylan's in a lot of ways. And that's kind of weird, but it's not bad. We'll put this the furthest right we've had so far, but not really far right.
There's 6 more.
There's 6 more. Oh, man.
This is what I'm picking for you. It's been on my brain. Old Brooklyn.
Ooh.
Williamsburg root beer. Packaging looks amazing. Bottle cap's incredible.
Twisty.
Yep. Most haven't been.
This one definitely should have been. It's grooved.
I know. Well, they all appear to be grooved that way.
Yeah.
Again,
all right.
Who knows?
Old Brooklyn with an E in old. White Rock Products Core, Whitestone, New York. White Rock.
Whitestone.
In Whitestone. Ugh. Those New Yorkers.
They know how to make a sandwich.
New York City.
They make great salsa.
Make great salsa. This one has more bite than anything we've had so far.
Oh, cool.
Beyond that, make sure I'm not still tasting that. Beyond that, it tastes like A&W 5 minutes later.
Weird.
Like give that a shot. It's so it's creamy, it's vanilla-y, but it's just further away. And I don't even that doesn't even make sense to me, but those are the words I have to use.
You saying further away makes 100% sense, and I don't know why. Probably maybe the age on it, but otherwise, I really enjoy this one.
Yeah, it's got a good head on it.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, whether or not it's still fizzy isn't the only thing that gauges if it's too old.
We're
but
checking off the different things of it being strange.
Yeah.
No, I actually don't think that's been affected. It tastes very flavorful, very good. I would put that up with our two.
Our other two, yeah.
They're all different, but that one's very, very good.
Yeah, that's a good one, and a nice good white head on that. Mm-hmm. But I will put it over there.
Yeah,
I think there's a little more anise to it.
I would agree
than the others that we've had.
Tastes seedy.
Seedy.
Mm-hmm. Like rye. Rye has anise on it, doesn't it?
Maybe no. Rye.
No?
Rye has what are the seeds in rye? It's not anise. I mean, maybe some ryes have anise.
Okay.
Maybe you've had a rye with anise, but as a rule, it is not usually
Gotcha.
anise. I just can't remember what it is. When you said rye, I thought you meant like rye whiskey. I was going to say this isn't spicy at all, so it's not. Caraway.
Oh.
Caraway is the seed that's usually on rye. All right.
J. Caraway.
J.K. Arroway.
Yes, absolutely. You pick for me.
Let's go with this one. Root beer. Organic agave. Agave. The original agave soda.
Oh, cool. Okay. So I love agave. Great ingredients. So they're going to list the great ones and then the not so great ones. Great ones are triple filtered carbonated water. Getting all the carbonation out. Organic agave nectar. So no sugar. Citric acid, natural flavors, and organic caramel for color. I'm very excited about this. It looks very cool. This one says there's twist directly on it.
If it's organic caramel for color, then it definitely still has real sugar in it.
Yeah.
So it seems like they could probably just make an agave caramel for that, though. What do you think?
Something's weird.
Something's weird?
Taste it and tell me if it's thick.
Smells sweet. Need a little water in here first. It's going to be like a 40... We're at 45 minutes on this episode. Oh, this is great. Yeah, that's off.
Yeah.
I don't really like agave, but that's just off.
I like agave, and that was really weird.
Yeah, that's...
Thanks for picking that one for me, Adam. Here's this one. American Classics root beer.
Just that's all it says.
100% all natural and packed with premium ginseng.
Oh boy.
Ginseng Up Corporation, crafted and packaged, My USA.
All right.
Ginseng Up, Adam.
This will fix my brain problems from earlier.
Duh. Ugave.
What does ginseng smell like? Because I expected it to smell like ginger, and that's certainly not right. So I probably need a little ginseng in my
I would assume
system.
it's like an herb.
Help with your brain stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whatever ginseng tastes like is it tastes like a creamy vanilla root beer. It's
Yeah.
It's a pretty middle of the road example of a classic root beer.
Yeah.
You're tasting something else?
More of that soda pop like sort of thing.
Yeah.
More of that smacking sweet, like dreamsicle sort of taste. Nothing too overly anything about it.
Yeah. Like I said, it's pretty simple. I mean, we're lucky so far.
I'm horrified by this now.
In that we haven't. Do you think there's something here? Pour it off if you.
Yeah, let's do that.
Do we need to cleanse?
Okay, it doesn't look like there's any weird texture.
No.
It tasted really viscous. It's just super thick.
It still had a decent head to it as it poured out too.
It smells.
It looks real light in color. But I've certainly had root beers that are light.
It must be the agave because it smells specific.
Yeah, the smell after it's poured off is a little better. Anyway, maybe that wasn't bad. I
didn't want to chance it.
Yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's middle of the road. A little more anisey than, but pretty anise vanilla balanced. Not a lot of wintergreen, maybe a little on the back of the tongue, but just so many of the root beers we've tried, obviously, are very in the middle.
Mm-hmm. Which you'd kind of expect.
Yeah. I mean, certainly it doesn't make for a great episode, but we're also doing 18 of them, so.
There's 18, so there's going to be a lot that fall into that center. The only ones that have really lost have been not as good.
Yeah.
Malabar Farms?
So this one is Malabar Farm Historic Landmark root beer, old-fashioned root beer. The interesting thing about this, Malabar Farm is a historic farm outside of Mansfield, Ohio, which is where Jonathan and I know each other from, because I moved there in 8th grade, or just before 8th grade, and he is from there. Mm-hmm. Here's the thing. So Malabar Farm does not make this.
Okay.
There is a company out of Cleveland, I believe, called Private Label Beverages. And they make a range of, I think, a half dozen to 10 different soda brands or soda flavors. And you can have them printed up with whatever label you want. And their name's on it, smaller print. So the Columbus State House has a root beer from private label brands. Malabar has a root beer from private label brands. I think you were with me because I think it was me, you, and Casey met our friend Donovan for dinner at a Mexican restaurant when he was still in Tuscarawas County.
Yeah.
They had a private beverage. That's the first time I tried it.
Weird.
They had labeled for their restaurant, their house root beer, that it was just private label beverage. So this is a company that you will find around Ohio and probably a little further away with various names on it.
Cool. My generic brand.
Yeah.
Smelled promising.
Not so good on the taste.
Not anything knockout, but still very good. Again, leaning a little more middle of the road, while still having more flavor than what you had just tried.
Yeah.
Or probably even than the Frost Top. Still more of that root beer flavored soda-ness to it.
It tasted all right?
Yeah.
You think?
Yeah.
The smell, to me, has an almost fermented thing to it, which scares me.
Yeah. No, try it.
But that's definitely not in the flavor. There is a little... Sour's not the right word. I think sour only comes to mind because I've already got that this has started to turn in my head.
Right.
But without yeast, and there's no way yeast could have gotten in there.
Right.
None of the sugars would have turned into something that would taste sour.
Well, that was what was interesting about the agave stuff is that after a minute I was like, this is like tequila. That's what it reminds me of, like the smell of.
Yeah.
And
agave, I guess theoretically should.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think... I put agave on a lot, so I mean, maybe the process of brewing with it is what causes that taste. I don't know.
Yeah. But yeah, this is... Again, it's vanilla-y. It's creamy. Mm-hmm. A little creamier than some of the others that are in that mid-range that we've tried, but it's not great.
Right. It reminds me more of maybe what the frosty non-vanilla version might taste like.
Yeah. Something...
It sits really sweet, though.
Pretty classic mass market sort of root beer. All right, so we got 2 left.
Yes. Fireman's Brew. Extinguish your thirst.
Ooh, man.
Ignite the party. So they're both going with a fireman like a firefighter and a fireman like a man who is made of fire.
Is there a man made of fire on here?
No, but one is extinguishing, and then the other one is set the party on fire or whatever. Ignite the party.
So that might be Fireman's Brew Company's slogan, because they make both on and off duty drinks.
Oh, there you go.
They are a beer brewery originally out of California, founded by firefighters.
That's pretty sweet. I like any root beer that's done at a beer brewery.
Yeah. It has an interesting spice on the nose. Almost a cardamom. A little like cinnamony. Interesting. Give that a shot. That same flavor that I was smelling is showing up in the flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Not cinnamon like hot.
No,
spice to it. That's why I said cardamom, which I feel is like a more earthy cinnamon. But that may be an inaccurate description of what cardamom is.
I don't know. It tastes very holiday.
Yeah.
To me.
Yeah.
Like very.
Like
very comforting.
This is a end of year Christmas drink.
Right.
You boil this up, serve it warm with some marshmallows in it.
No, it's very, very good though.
Yeah.
That's one of the cooler flavors that we've had.
Yeah, it's definitely unique among what we tried. Mm-hmm. This is really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and very often...
Good job, fireman. Wherever you are.
Very, very often, for anyone who's kept up with the show can attest, unique does not always make a good root beer.
Well, you haven't had any, maybe aside from the agave.
We haven't had anything really unique.
We haven't had any unique that has been bad.
Okay.
I selfishly gave you the previous one because I saw this one and I kind of wanted it.
Okay.
Just letting you know.
So our last one is Henry Weinhardt's root beer.
It belonged to him.
Drought style.
Draft.
Yeah. Or draught.
Draft.
I'm very British right now. Listen, if they're going to spell it the British way,
that's just
with the
draft.
UGH.
That's just draft.
It's going to be draft. It's going to be
it's like donuts. DONUTS.
A gourmet soda, hand finished, finished by hand with natural and artificial flavors, and only the finest and highest quality ingredients. The Blitz Weingard Gourmet Soda Company, out of Fort Worth, Texas. Original recipe, Henry Weinhardt's. Yeah. So here's a fun fact. You can get this almost anywhere, locally. It's in a lot of places. Weiland sells it, local grocery store. And in that regard, I'm pretty sure I bought this like last summer when I was preparing to start the third. But the bottle date on here is June 8th, 2015. And it certainly has not been in my house for 4 years. So...
Give me. I'm trusting you. It says flip my lid on the bottle. So I'm going to flip it. I'm going to see what it says. Doesn't say anything.
Why would we flip it?
I just want you to drink it.
Just hold it up and let it bend.
Yeah, we're back on like so sugar sweet.
Oh, you can smell the sugar. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's about where this one was, I would say, the judge.
Almost...
So I would say 2015 is probably where it's at on that one.
It smells like a root beer candy.
Yeah, it kind of does. I don't think it has enough of the wintergreen to smell like root beer candy.
You're right.
That and this are just equally no good. So, yep.
Yeah. Yeah. There's still plenty ahead in that.
Yes.
It is coming out. It's a nice white head. A little brown to it. Definitely vanilla-y. But yeah, you're right that there's not enough wintergreen sort of, or the artificial sassafras, whatever they use to flavor those candy. There's not enough of it to taste like the candy. Just drinking it out of the bottle, it's all head. But yeah, it's just...
That's a weird one.
It's so normal, it's weird. It's the weird thing about that one.
So you wouldn't say it was as sweet as like the...
I think it's...
The judge?
There's more sugar in it than the average one that we've tried.
Gotcha.
And there's probably more sugar in it than even your average... Like, this almost tastes like Dad's.
Okay.
Like, with how sweet it is. And Dad's is on the sweeter end of like, commercially available. Anywhere. Not that Dad's is widely available, but you can still find it, at least.
Right.
In a regular store. But yeah, it's definitely sweeter than A&W. Definitely sweeter than a lot of your store brands. and definitely just
Gonna unflip its lid because
yeah.
just a mess.
But yeah. So our four, the four that we really liked, Chownings. You want to try that again?
Yes.
You want to comparatively try the AJ Stevens.
Chownings, awesome.
The Chownings has a little more bite. I still like that better.
AJ Stevens tastes great. It's a really whole tasting root beer.
Yeah. And then the Fireman's just has that uniqueness with the spice mix. So for me, I think the Fireman's edges out these others just because they're pretty middle of the road flavor wise. They're very good examples of middle of the road root beers. But the uniqueness with the Fireman's that doesn't make it bad. That's my pick.
Cool. So this is your. Oh, hold on. We had this one up there.
Oh yeah, the Sea Dog was. Yeah. I think I'd still leave the Sea Dog over there. So
The Sea Dog this way. My only difference would probably be this way, but
Yeah.
I'm not offended because these are probably both equally.
yeah, they're both very
to
good.
me. Not entirely opposite of each other by any means, but they both have flavors unique of each other. These two nearly identical, though they're the aftertaste very different, and then this one kind of falls among them. I actually really like this one. I think this one may actually, it would still be in this order though.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So we're going to drink these, and I think Jonathan wants me to play Magic the Gathering, so that'll be our evening. And
It's gonna happen.
Yeah. Thanks for watching. This was obviously a long episode, but you know what? I had a lot of root beer to drink, and I'm not moving it again. So eventually you'll see me again, I'm sure, but not for a little bit. Enjoy your root beer.